Now joining us on stage right about now is William Carew, Head of Secretariat, African Union Economic and Social and Cultural Council, to share with us some of the activities that have been lined up for the Pan-African Month, ECOSOCC, which will be commemorating the 20th anniversary of the African Union and the 4th mid-year coordination meeting of the AU and the regional economic communities, just to pick their minds and thoughts around some of the issues that we should be able to look out for. And Mary picks up the interview.
Thank you, Jason. Good morning, Mr. Carew, and thank you for joining us.
Good morning, Mary. And good morning, my dear brother.
A busy time for you. Let's talk about the launch.
Yes, thank you very much. And I'm very happy to be on your call this morning. Indeed, as you are aware, the Economic, Social and Cultural Council of the African Union is one of the organs of the African Union, which is an advisory organ that provides input into the policies and programs of the African Union. July has always been a very important period within the African Union space.
Okay.
In July 2002, the Durban Summit is when the establishment of the African Union transitioning from the Organization of African Unity to what we refer to today as African Union, which is more of a people-centered and a people-driven African Union. So in July, we are actually celebrating this July, the 20th anniversary of the African Union since 2002 from the Durban Summit. So in terms of the Pan-African Month, when you look at even the establishment of ECOSOCC, which is an advisory organ of the African Union, it was also established in 2004 in July. So ECOSOCC is also celebrating about 17 to 18 years of existence.
Okay.
So the Pan-African Month is basically ECOSOCC celebrating the African Union at 20, and we are collaborating with a number of civil society organizations in Zambia and international partners to see how we can commemorate and showcase the unwavering support of civil society contribution into the African development issue. If you allow me, I will take you through some of these activities.
Yes, please.
We have lined up a lot of activities, like you rightly said. So it will be a month of series of activities, which started from the 1st of July, where we had digital exhibition on Agenda 2063. You all know that Agenda 2063 is the continental blueprint for Africa, the 50 years vision for Africa in terms of what kind of development we want to see in the economic sector, in the social sector, in the political sector, and the likes. So that started on the 1st up to the 8th. We also have the official launch of the ECOSOCC Pan-African Month, which will take place today virtually, and many civil society organizations in Zambia and across the continent will be participating on that particular activity. We also have the exhibition on the AU theme of the year. You will agree with me, the theme of the year on strengthening resilience in nutrition and food security. I think it's a very important aspect we have to look into when we talk about our African development. And then more importantly, there is a discourse on issues of democracy and on constitutional changes of government. So we will also have from the 11th to the 13th a citizens forum on democracy and on constitutional changes of government. We are beginning to see the dark ages of regime change in Africa begin to surface itself again. And what can citizens do? What kind of engagement in terms of dialogue that will have the citizens themselves to participate and see how we can provide sustainable solution to it. We also have a forum on nexus between inequality, food and nutrition. This will be organized by Oxfam with few other partners, the Norwegian Church Aid, Fighting Inequality Alliance, ECOSOCC, and many other development partners. And this will take place at Milogoshi International Conference Center. We also have leveraging Africa extractive sector in financing, nutrition, and food security. There is also going to be an high-level dialogue on gender inequality and food systems in Africa. There's quite a lot of activity.
Yes, I was just looking at the schedule here. It's fully packed.
It's fully packed.
It's fully packed. But then, as we prepare to, as a country, as Zambia, to host the AU Summit, which I know is you are part of, what will be your role as ECOSOCC to ensure that your agenda, the Pan-Africanism agenda, is highlighted? How will you ensure that every person attending this summit walks away remembering how important Pan-Africanism is?
Yeah, thank you very much for that important question. And like you rightly put it, ECOSOCC have a central role to play within the African Union space. It gives meaning to what we refer to as the people-centric vision. So when we talk about popular participation, how do citizens take ownership and leadership of their development? How do citizens determine the trajectory in terms of development? So ECOSOCC, in terms of our role with regards to the whole coordination meeting that is taking place here, it is important to first and foremost indicate that the primary responsibility for coordination is with the African Union Commission, which is the headquarters of the African Union, working in collaboration with the government of Zambia. But then ECOSOCC, since we have a secretariat here hosted by the government of Zambia, we have more of a technical backstopping role in terms of ensuring that there is that liaison relationship between the Commission and the government of Zambia. But beyond that, in terms of giving meaning, in terms of citizens' participation, this is the reason why we have lined up all these activities so that we're able to create a platform for citizens themselves to come out and look at what has been done for the last 20 years. What have we achieved? What are some of our challenges? What are some of the things that we think we can offer solution from a citizens-led perspective so that there is sense of ownership, there is sense of leadership in terms of the development of Africa.
20 years down the line, let's now face the future. What is in store for ECOSOCC? What will be done better? What will be new? And what can citizens look out for as you embark on the next 20 years?
You will agree with me, Africa has come a long way in terms of citizens' involvement, citizens' participation, citizens' engagement in our political discourse, in our economic issues, in our social fabric issues. Today, we have an organ of the African Union which creates space for citizens' involvement. This is an advisory organ, which simply means when you identify challenge, you should be able to provide solution in terms of addressing those challenges. How do we proffer solution? So ECOSOCC as an advisory organ, working with the civil society family across the continent, I think we have played critical role in providing technical advice to many socio-economic and political issues that affect the continent. And let me just highlight on one, which is very central, and this is the one I was talking about, the Citizens Forum on Constitutional Changes of Government. We have seen some of the challenges we are confronted with in terms of ensuring that we have free, fair, and credible elections in most of our member states. We have seen extension of mandates. We have seen uprising, popular uprising and the likes. This is as a result of discontent expressed by the citizens. We have created a platform through ECOSOCC where citizens can come in and provide solution in that regard through a form of an advisory opinion or recommendation that goes into the policies and programs of the African Union.
All right. As I let you go, how can citizens participate in whatever is going on? I've seen there's a lot of things that will be happening. How can people, those that are interested, take part? And is there a website? Is there, yes?
Oh, yes. Most of the activities will be basically around the citizens' engagement, a kind of an hybrid activity where you will have in-person or physical presence, and then you can also connect virtually. So if you look at some of the activities that we have planned, they will be taking place in open spaces, like places like Unza, East Park Mall, and even for those that are taking place within a conventional setting, definitely you will be able to participate through our social media, African Union ECOSOCC on Facebook, our website, ecosoc.au.int, our LinkedIn, African Union ECOSOCC. I mean, all the social media handles that we have, you can be able to connect and watch virtually in terms of your participation as citizen. But finally, beyond that, some of the activities are also open to citizens. So, for instance, if you are involved in certain thematic area, let's say food and nutrition, you have the opportunity to participate in some of those programs.
Perfect. Mr. Carew, I'd like to thank you so much and wish you all the best as you have this official launch today. We hope we can follow it virtually. And also as you roll out some of these activities, we wish you all the best.
Thank you very much for having me.
See you at the summit.
Thank you.
All right. Mr. Dube.
Very informative interview. Yes, very informative interview and something that's worth tapping in on. We pay particular attention. I love the fact that, stay with us, sir. I love the fact that we will be they'll be literally available on social media, because
yes.
that's basically where everybody is
Everybody
at the
is.
moment. And no matter how busy you are, once in a while, you'll be able to land your phone in your hands and be able just to tap and follow what's happening. So that's a very good platform. And obviously, your public service broadcaster will be at hand to bring you all the visuals of what will be taking place in the various conferences within the Kenneth Kaunda International Conference Center. So there's a lot to look out for as far as